In this class, you'll be required to do discussion questions. The purpose of this video is to show you how to post your answers and the work in this forum. Now, this video that I'm making right now, you can find it by clicking on this link. I will be making other videos that involve graph, so you may want to be looking for those. And by the way, they'll be found right here. So the first thing you may want to do is to click on the link that has the problems, which of course that's what you want to do. And you may want to save it. This is a PDF file. If you know how to do snapshots, that can be really handy also, and if you don't, it's no big deal. But once you have your question, the first thing you may want to do after you hit the reply, this box is going to appear. You may want to type in something like this, like your last name and then the unit that we're working on. Well, let's just suppose that your question is to find the slope of 2x plus 3y equals 4. Now to do that, what you're going to do is solve for y, which means you're going to have to subtract 2x from both sides. And then I just like to rearrange the terms. So I have the x term first. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And then my final result is, and I'm going to use parentheses just to make sure you know how the answer should look. You may see the answer is going to be the variable or the coefficient in front of the x, which is negative 2/3. Now there's actually a little bit better way to type that. And so if you look in the panel, you'll see an x squared key. That's an equation editor. So I click on that. And then click create new equation, and I'm just going to give it a name. Let's call it Deaton Unit 1. Now I can type in the whole problem that I had previously. Find the slope of 2x plus 3y equals 4. And then the way I can do that is the same way as I did before. I can take 2x plus 3y equals 4. Well, I should have subtracted 2x from both sides. Then we're going to end up with 2x, or I should say 3y equals negative 2x plus 4. Now the beauty of this is that I can create fractions the way they should. So I have 3y over 3. I'm just using my arrow key, or I can use my mouse, either way, and then equals fraction key, negative 2x. I'm using the down arrow over 3. Then using the right arrow, plus space, and then I click on this fraction 4, and then the down arrow 3, right arrow, and then end up with y equals negative 2x. I want to write it like this, negative 2 over 3, and put the x to the side, and that may help you to understand why the answer is what it is, 4 over 3. Because I can move that x from the top to the side either way. I just can't move it to the bottom. And then that means that the answer is what's in front of the x, which is negative 2 over 3. Now the reason why I like to use this feature is because it has all kinds of resources available to you. You can click on these if you need to. And so just some examples of some things you can do. If I want to type in like a square root of 4, I can do that just by clicking the square root feature first, and then equals. And if I want to, I can type in the square root of 2, then the same thing as 2 squared. So that feature is the exponent key, and this is for higher order roots. These are absolute value bars, so there's all kinds of things that you can use. So don't be afraid to use this. I'm just hitting backspace, by the way. In some cases you'll almost have to use this feature, but there are other ways. I just hit save and insert, and then we're going to wait until it puts it over in the box. And so there it is again, which looks a whole lot better than what this was. A lot easier to read. Now there's another way. There's probably some other ways that you can think of, but one alternative is to attach documents. So one thing you can do is take a Word document, you can type it up here, or you can do several things. One thing is you can take a picture and you can save that or send that picture to yourself either by phone or a webcam, whatever you may be using, and then you can save it somewhere where you can find it, and then you'll click add remove like I just did, and then you'll click choose file, and I already have a picture saved that I did by hand, and I saved it where I could find it. So now when I click on the actual picture, I see this JPEG. That's what that is. And then attach file, and then you're going to see it appear right here. And I'm going to click on that just so you can see what it was. And all it is me doing the problem by hand, writing it out with a pen on a plain piece of paper, and then I just took a picture of it and I emailed it to myself and I saved it to my desktop in my picture file. And that's all it is. So that may be even the best way. So those are some ways you can do it. Highly recommend it to use any of those ways. If you have any questions, always ask. And by the way, when you're satisfied with what you have, click post. You want to make sure you get credit for your work. So you'll see all the possibilities. You can click there to open up, well, just to email me, but you probably won't use that much. But you can click down here to open up the picture file. If I click show less, you'll see just a few things. I've already did another example, but this was the last one that I did. But you want to click show more so you can see how it looks. So, and plus you want to click show more so you can reply to your classmates' posts. And plus you can also hit edit for your own if you need to make some changes in here. Once again, if you ever have any questions, just let me know.